Ahoj, tady Šárka z klubovny and we're here at Mighty Sounds with...
Watch Me Rise from Frankfurt. I'm Josh.
I'm Sven.
I'm Shmagi.
And I'm Lukas.
Well, thank you so much for sitting down with us. And how was the set today? How did you enjoy it?
For me, it was awesome. Like, especially because it was so early. We didn't expect much, but the tent was full. We had a good time, I think, and everybody else also.
I think we were like a lunch wake up band and everything. So especially second day, everybody most probably went out yesterday and everything. So considering that, full tent showed up. People were there. People enjoyed it. We enjoyed it. So we can only say thank you for that, honestly.
And during the set, you also mentioned that you come here as visitors in the past. So do you have any memories connected with the festival?
I think I'm the only one who've been here as a visitor. We played here 2 years ago. So I think the first time I've been here, it rained during the whole weekend. So that was my first memory of Mighty Sounds, and I didn't see many bands because of that. And I think the best memory I had was when we played here 2 years ago, and the Shikari set was one of the best sets I saw here. So, yeah.
And Skywalker. Honestly, shout out Skywalker. That was great. I unfortunately hurt my neck on the first day after we played, so I couldn't really do anything on Skywalker. I was just standing there, just like frozen. Couldn't even bang my head or anything. But somebody went very hard. So yeah, Skywalker, I gotta say, was really, really cool.
Well, one of the things I wanted to ask is you're quite connected with the Czech scene, Czech bands, and overall I think the Czech and German scene are quite close, but have you noticed any differences between the two? Maybe when you talk to each other, etc. Anything that comes to mind?
I think not really. I don't know how many times we mostly played in Prague when we played in Czech Republic, and I don't think there are like big differences to Germany. I think the only difference is that we have more cities where shows are happening, and for us, we've just been to Prague. So, I don't know how it was called where we played. It was Lubic. I don't know. It was an experience. So I think the coolest show in Prague we played was with Brighter Days on their release show. So for us it's always been a good place to play. So yeah.
Well, one thing that comes to mind is for many Czech bands, Germany is like this milestone when it comes to touring, right? It's the gateway to just getting out of there. How do you see this coming from Germany? And is there an equivalent for German bands that breakthrough point in touring?
Yeah, sure. I mean, first of all, how do we feel about coming here, right, and everything? I think I can speak for all of us that we absolutely love coming to Czech Republic, and we have actually like a showing coming up in 2 weeks in Prague, and all of us are so excited. Last time we played in Prague was quite a while ago, so for me personally, one of my favorite cities. I've visited Prague so many times and have so many friends in the scene, so I think coming here more and more often, we get to know people, and every time we feel more welcomed, we feel more at home, so to say. Is for like a gateway country for German bands. UK? I would say UK. I think there's something about going over that pond and touring a couple of cities, playing a show in London maybe, especially Blackheart London. That would be something where so many great bands started. I think UK.
I think so, yeah, UK for sure, but it's funny because when UK bands coming to Germany, for them it's the same, and they always say, don't ever go to the UK. It's shit. But as a German band, you always want to go to the UK to play some shows there. So yeah, I think that's a point where you think like, oh yeah, nice. This is something else.
Yeah, I think it's something about crossing the pond, really. Yeah. And you mentioned the show in Eternia, which is coming on the 10th of July. When you compare your festival shows and a show like this, it's a headline, there's no stage, etc. Do you tend to approach it differently? Can we expect anything different, or is it just always the same band, no matter where you go?
For our club show, I just need more water on stage. It's warmer and something like that, but I don't think that we have to approach something else.
No, I think like generally our mindset is be genuine, be us, watch me rise, what we are, how we are, and everything in any situation. And doesn't only matter between festivals or club shows. Also doesn't matter how many people are in front of us, right? God knows that we've, had quite a dynamics in viewership and all that, but we've never been, hey, let's take it easy tonight or today or anything. I think that's our mantra. It's like, hey, be the same level and the same experience that we want to deliver at a festival, at a club show, with bigger crowd, with smaller crowd. Just be genuine us.
Yeah, I think like that genuinity and sincerity is what makes your band stand out. And we could also see it on your debut album, a decade full of setbacks and mistakes. So what was the writing process like, and what was your goal with this album?
I think the writing process was interesting. Let's call it interesting. We went through a lot of stages. It was our first full length. Before that, we've done only 2 EPs, and full length was a bit of a different approach. Want to have it consistent and coherent, So we were writing it, I think, for a year, right? Like from start to end for a year, and then half a year of recording and producing and everything. And throughout that year, I think we tried many different approaches. We were, searching for ourselves in some other bands as well, to then realize, hey, we can actually just be ourselves. And I think when we had a talk about that on one of the rehearsals with songwritings, it really clicked for us. And we were like, hey, this is our version of whatever we want to do. And from there on, it went smoother. We had this vision of like, hey, we just want to be us on this first show, right? On the first album. Just want to be us. That was my experience.
And also, like, we had a totally new situation because, like, Schmaggy joined the band, I think, 3 years ago and all that. And the EP we did before, all the songs were finished before he joined the band. And with the album, yeah, like, we had that situation. There's a second guitarist, and we have to figure out how to write songs as a 5-piece and not as a 4-piece, yeah.
And you also, as you sort of mentioned already, you come from various genre backgrounds, right? From different music backgrounds. So how does that influence the writing process? Is there some negotiation needed sometimes, or does it just blend naturally? Or all clouds and rainbows?
I just can say it's punk rock.
I think what makes us who we are with music-wise, it is because of that we all like listen to different genres, different music, and in the end of the day it blends well together. I think for us it's the most important thing is it should feel right. We don't write music to fit in a certain genre, so we just like when we are in the rehearsal room writing new songs, it's just like we all have a moment where we feel it or we don't. So I don't think that we try to fit in some certain genre, at least not me.
So sort of not writing for genre, but more for the feeling. Yeah. And when it comes to lyrics, you're always extremely open and they can be quite personal. But is there a line you would draw, a topic that maybe you wouldn't address, or are you just completely transparent when it comes to?
No, I would not say so. As you said, everything is very personal. Everything's like, emotional kind of stuff. And I think for me, it's way easier to write about stuff that happened or stuff I feel than just like write a story, so to say. So it just also needs to feel right, and then there is no real line. I think the hardest thing would be if someone would say, yeah, let's write a happy song. I don't know if I could do that. So yeah, so there's no real line. No. You?
And with the lyrics being personal like this, how does it feel when you revisit them, for example, on stage, some of the older songs? Is it more like looking back in the diary, or do they change meaning for you over time?
I think in terms of writing, it's more of a reflection, and on stage it's more of a relief, so to say. So I would not say it is like a diary. It's just like in the moment, everything's gone. Like I can like, how do I say it in English? I don't know. Like, yeah, I can like, pour it out. Like it's more of a relief kind of thing.
And I think what's important that everybody of us can find his own meaning in the songs, right? For example, Breathe, a song that came out when I wasn't even part of the band. It became kind of a meaning for me, playing it over and over again and like shouting the lyrics with and all that, yeah.
And how was the live reception of the album so far? Were there any surprises, any songs that maybe hit differently live that you didn't expect to get much of a reaction?
So like, how was the live reception of it for us? How did it feel?
Maybe both, if anything surprised you in either way.
I think like reception, and I would like to recall our album release show. So we played album release show one day after the release. And all of us were absolutely blown away that people actually knew lyrics straight away, right? It's like after one day. I think live reception, it was just something that we didn't really expect, especially on that night. There are a couple of songs that really stood out that, had a bit of everybody involvement aspect to it, such as Maladaptive, at the end of Maladaptive, everything. And for us playing those songs, I think like we're still kind of like learning it, not technically, but just like feeling wise, right? Learning how to get into it, learning some of these songs to like really feel it, really deliver it the way that we want to, right? And the way they are meant.
All right, perfect. Well, thank you so much. I will let you go enjoy the rest of the festival. And before that, do you have any final message for your Czech fans, maybe before they see you in Eternia?
Yeah, come to the show on the 10th of July. That's exactly what I wanted to say. Will be a cool show, I think, before we head to Romania. So check out the album, get some merch if you want to, and see you soon, hopefully.
Yeah, and one thing is that I think for us, every time we come over, be it Czech Republic or be it Germany or something, right? It's very important to support your scene. It's very important to support your local artists, not only musical, but also graphical artists and everything, because I think our scene lives off of mutual support. Right, so we're not like, I don't want to end on this like, hey, us and all that, come to our show or something. If you get a chance to see Scoop, for example, that played yesterday, or any great Czech bands, right? Not only in Prague or anywhere else, support your local scene, let it grow, be a part of it. Go to the show, anything like that. I think that's where the actual life is at the moment. So. Gonna leave you with that.
It's a beautiful note to end on, so thank you for that. Thank you for the interview.
Thank you.